I have sailed. I have moved about this world of ours, and ever in search of the finest of its kind, we bring you the tops in spine chillers. The Creaking Door. Creaking Door.
The house is in an old cobbled street. In an upstairs studio, two men are pointing guns at each other, like duelers pausing before the kill.
Must we really murder each other, Tony?
If you don't produce Ellen Worth, yes.
She's dead. I'm not a magician.
Ellen is alive, Peter. She was here, with you only last night.
It's absurd.
Oh, is it? That picture on your easel is freshly painted. A new picture of Ellen. How did you paint it?
From imagination.
Liar. You never painted from imagination, only from models. Live models. Want more proof?
Proof.
I took a picture of you and Ellen last night. Would you like to see it?
No, your sanity is gone.
Is it?
We're going to duel like jealous rivals over a girl who died a year ago.
Ready, Peter?
Yes. Play loud, Hilda. My insane young friend's about to murder me.
For Ellen Worth.
Oh. And this, ironically, for my young friend.
Know him?
No, Inspector, but I assume he is a celebrated artist, Peter Metcalf.
Was. Now, have a look at this.
Oh, Tony.
Your roommate until an hour ago. You shared an apartment with Tony, Professor. Did he confide in you?
Yes, here in my pocket is his notebook. I have his whole story in his own words.
Well, let's have the notebook. Ellen Worth, Professor.
Let me describe Ellen Worth to you. The face of the white angel you saw in your boyhood dreams. That was Ellen. I saw her first down where the slums get you in the throat. I'm a street photographer. Walk past me on the street and get your picture taken. I use one of those cameras that develops prints on the spot. That's how I happened to photograph Ellen Worth. A fire engine had just pulled away from a building. The alarm emptied the slum building. Old people in the night clothes, some of them carrying canary cages or a portable radio. Kids, bare from the feet up. And Ellen. There was a look on her face that made me reach for my camera. A lost look. A look that was a cry for help. I fixed the flash bulb, took the picture and began pushing my way towards her, when a hand fell on me. Let go of my arm.
What are you up to with that camera?
Taking pictures. But what business is it of yours?
Taking pictures of what?
Of that girl over there.
What girl, where?
The one in front of that store window, Cheap Joe's.
Oh, don't see any girl.
You don't? Well, then you're blind. There she is, right there. In a negligee and pale. As if life is seeping out of her and into the streets.
Well, you're either mad or you're being funny. Give me that camera.
What are you going to do?
This.
Oh!
Now, get out of this neighborhood, or you'll get what the camera got.
The camera was crushed, but the picture was safe. I salvaged it from the broken camera and took it home. I showed it to the old gentleman who shared my flat. It's the story of the slums written on the face of one girl. It's life and death so scrambled together you can't tell them apart.
And what did you do with the picture?
Enter it in the annual amateur photography contest.
And you already have a name for it?
Yes. Slum Story.
Most opposite. Before you enter the picture, there is one thing you must do first.
What's that?
Go back to the girl and ask her permission.
I went back to the street to find the girl. I went through the whole building, 36 flats, showing the picture to every tenant, but none of them had ever seen the girl. I went through every building in the block, then to the butcher, the grocer, the fruit and vegetable man, and then to Cheap Joe's. Cheap Joe's store was closed. In the window a sign read, "Closed on account of death in the family."
Oh, a little more than you break the door, pal.
I'm looking for a girl. That girl I photographed yesterday.
Still waiting on that dodge, eh? You're looking for a girl, so you're trying to break into a closed store.
Well, no, I thought maybe Cheap Joe...
You're starting a fire in your head thinking so much. Come on, I'll settle your mind for you.
Let go of my arm.
You're going to settle quietly or I'll break it off.
No, don't beat me anymore, please.
When you're able to walk as far from this block as you can get.
Yes.
The next time will be your last time.
I came to, very slowly. A scent of flowers was reviving me. Flowers? Heliotrope. The perfume smell of heliotrope. Then I saw her. Through half-closed eyes, a white shadow in the darkened cellar. A white shadow with a blue heliotrope in her hair, kneeling over me and speaking, in a voice that was a caress.
You are hurt.
I came back, looking for you. I looked everywhere.
Poor Tony.
I was unconscious. The smell of your heliotrope brought me to.
Sleep until your strength returns.
You're beautiful. I've never seen anyone so beautiful.
Do not come looking for me anymore.
Oh, I've got to. Now I want to see you and talk to you again for 1,000 years.
Sleep until your strength returns.
Wait. Oh, wait, don't go. What's your name? Where can I find you? Wait! I submitted my picture, Slum Story. It was placed first over 1,000 amateur pictures. I got a congratulatory letter and a check. And then...
I just come from the Goodfellow Museum.
Doing another article on art, Professor?
On the influence of the early Egyptians on our art of the 20th century.
Another article nobody will buy.
Perhaps not. In this museum, I saw something that would interest you.
Oh, really?
An oil painting that the museum bought 1 year ago by Peter Metcalf. The painting is called Cry for Help.
Cry for Help? That's funny. That's a title I almost picked for my Slum Story.
It is even funnier than that, Tony. The model who posed for Cry for Help is the same girl in your photograph.
It was the same girl. I stood beside the professor in the museum staring at it. The scene, a slum. The model was a girl in drab clothes with a flower in her hair. A blue heliotrope. The mood was life and death, so scrambled together you couldn't tell them apart.
You see her as the same girl of your picture, too?
Yes. Professor.
Yes?
She's been here. Standing right where we are.
Well, how could you know that?
Her scent. Her scent. I can smell it still hanging in the air. The scent of her flower. The flower she always wears in her hair.
The flower she wears in the painting?
Yes, and in my picture. She's been here, Professor. You noticed the scent, too?
No, I tried, but no.
That's funny.
I'm old and perhaps my sense of smell is not so good.
Oh, stop being diplomatic. If I'm imagining things, I want to know. Oh, excuse me.
Yes?
Mind if I ask you a question that might turn out to be rather odd?
Not at all. Ask your question.
Standing here, do you get a scent? A scent of flowers?
I do. The scent of heliotrope. Her favourite flower.
Her? You mean the girl in the painting?
Yes, Ellen Worth.
You knew her?
I'm Peter Metcalf. I painted her. And you photographed her. I've seen the picture. It has a rare quality.
Oh, thanks. Where is Ellen Worth now?
Are you serious?
Well, of course. Are her whereabouts a secret?
Not at all. Her whereabouts are common knowledge. Ellen Worth is dead. In just 2 days, she would have been dead exactly 1 year.
Peter Metcalf said that Ellen Worth was dead. Dead for exactly 1 year. But it was a lie. It had to be a lie. I'd seen Ellen Worth alive. I went to his studio, uninvited. A cat sat in the alley like a guard on post, meowing at intruders.
You want me to tell you what I know about Ellen Worth?
Yes. Ellen Worth isn't dead.
No.
You said she died a year ago, but I've seen her twice in the last 30 days, as alive as you or I.
As alive as you, perhaps, but not as alive as me.
But I photographed her 1 month ago. My prize picture.
I'm impressed with the supernatural quality of your photographic genius.
Now you're being evasive.
No, just realistic and bored. Lunatics depress me. I will tell you about Ellen Worth, just to get rid of you. She was a waitress when I found her and offered to pay her for modelling. I hired her not for her beauty, but for her pallor, a yellow quality to her skin, ideal for my slum story. Like your photograph, my painting won an endless stream of prizes. Like you, I owe my good fortune to Ellen Worth.
Go on.
I have concluded. My painting was finished, and I was finished with Ellen Worth.
How did she die?
Ellen Worth one day fell down dead in the street. No more talk.
Just one more question. In the museum yesterday, you said you smelt a heliotrope.
We both did, my friend.
Because Ellen Worth had been there and left.
No, because I had painted her and you had taken her picture. The scent was not outside, but inside us. It blew from our souls, in our nostrils.
He talked in riddles, but he didn't sell me the lie of Ellen Worth's death. I left. In the alleyways outside, a woman in a housekeeper's apron came towards me.
One moment, young man.
Oh, who are you?
Hilda. I'm Peter Metcalf's housekeeper. Reach your hand out so that I can come close to speak confidentially. I'm blind.
Here I am.
I overheard you with Peter.
You don't like him?
I despise him for her.
Her? You mean Ellen Worth?
Yes, he bullied her, humiliated her. He made her fall in love with him so that he could repulse her and send her away. Shh! Quiet, Ellen.
Ellen? Did you call that white cat Ellen just now?
Yes. The cat belonged to Ellen Worth.
Belonged? Then you too believe that Ellen Worth is dead?
I know Ellen Worth is dead. She fell dead in the street when Peter sent her away. Peter knew she would fall dead.
He wanted her to?
Yes, to be sure of the immortality of his painting. To be sure the girl would never pose again for an imitator or for anyone. I saw her dead. I pinned a corsage of her favourite heliotrope to her death clothes.
You saw her dead?
Yes.
But how could you? You're blind. How could you, a blind woman, be sure it was Ellen Worth? Hilda crept away, I stood on in the alleyway, staring at the white cat, fascinated. Psst. Ellen. Music began to pour into the alleyway from the Skylight studio. Melancholy music. Music of death.
Your clandestine tete-a-tete with my housekeeper has made her even more morbid than usual, Tony. Listen to the piano piece she selected.
Why did you sneak up on me, Metcalf?
Sneak? But you are in my alleyway, trespassing on my premises. Don't you have a home to go to?
I'm going to the police from here.
To report the rebirth of Ellen Worth.
To report a plot to keep her out of the way.
You still insist she's alive?
More than ever now. I'm on to your sending your housekeeper after me with a cock and bull story about how she despises you and how she saw Ellen Worth dead.
But Hilda does despise me. That funeral dirge she's playing is a musical prayer for my death. Hilda wants me punished for sending Ellen Worth away to die.
I went to the police. Inspector Mackenzie listened patiently, then began to contradict my suspicions.
Here, look at this newspaper. It's a year old. Well, go on. Read the headline.
Artist's model falls dead on street.
Now look at the picture that goes with the story. Study it. Whose face is it on that ambulance stretcher?
Ellen Worth, but...
But it isn't conclusive, all right. Now, look at this. A transcript of the medical affidavit that certified her as dead. Signed by Dr. Wilson. He knows the corpse when he examines one.
Yes, but...
But what?
I saw her twice. I saw her, and she touched me deeply. More deeply than anything or anyone has ever touched me before.
You're in love, is that it?
Yes.
In love with a ghost?
In love with Ellen Worth. I was in love with Ellen Worth. The realization had come over me like a blinding revelation. I was in love with a girl believed dead, but whom I knew to be alive. She was alive, and soon I had more proof. One night, watching from the shadows in the alleyway on the street without a name, the moist, clinging scent of heliotrope blew over me, as if she were passing. I called from the shadows. Ellen. She didn't reply. A moment later, the cat meowed at an intruder. And then a door slammed. Peter Metcalf's front door. I watched until the studio lights went on upstairs. Soon the piano began. Hilda, the blind housekeeper, was playing melancholy music. Music of death. I climbed to the little upstairs balcony with my camera ready for its second picture of Ellen Worth. There they were, as I knew they'd be. Ellen, ghostly and pale in a drab black dress, posing with a heliotrope in her hair, and Peter Metcalf, his face tense and inspired, putting brushstrokes on canvas. I held my camera to an opening in the French windows and took the picture.
A very interesting story, but that's all there is so far as the notebook is concerned, Professor.
I can add a little. Tony came home that night and showed me the last picture he had taken. I have it here in my pocket now. Here, Inspector, look at it.
It's a picture of Ellen Worth and Peter Metcalf. You're not going to talk to me about spirit photography now, are you, Professor?
No, this morning I might have tried, but I've learned better.
What do you mean?
I know the explanation for the two pictures Tony took of Ellen Worth. I went through his trunk. I familiarized myself with everything about his life, his boyhood, his fears, his thoughts, his dreams. I tried for his sake. I was hoping for a way to save him from himself.
I can understand that. He was a likable lad. What are the facts?
He knew Ellen Worth in his youth. They knew the same house, the same school, the same life, but they did not grow close. Tony was shy, a self-conscious boy who walked with a limp. He worshipped Ellen from afar, only from afar. She was his white and shining princess.
Then Peter Metcalf came along, discovered her, and got her to model for him.
Yes, and Tony watched sullenly, jealously, with his camera. Those pictures he took of Ellen on the tenement stoop and in Peter Metcalf's studio were taken before she died. He took them, mind you, but a year ago. As a matter of fact, his trunk is full of pictures of Ellen Worth. As a 14-year-old girl in pigtails, at a high school, as a grown-up young lady. Pictures, hundreds of pictures, Inspector.
So, Tony took those pictures a year ago and then lost all sense of time. Aye, that seems to be the story.
Just for one thing. That gangster will beat Tony up twice. That I do not understand.
Oh, I can clear that up. I've got him right here in custody. It's that irrelevant detail that sometimes ruins a whole case. Oh, Peterson, bring in that top, will you? This is Guy Carlson, who beat up Tony and broke his camera. Tell the professor why you did it.
I thought the kid was taking pictures of Cheap Joe's. And the second time I caught him was even trying to get into Joe's. I didn't want no pictures or publicity about Cheap Joe's that might get us raided.
All right, take him away, Peterson. Well, that's the explanation of that. The boys were running a gaming joint behind closed doors at Cheap Joe's.
Hallucination. The way the man can play tricks, Inspector.
Pity the trick had to get Tony stretched out on that slab.
He saw us, I see you, and he could smell the fragrance of our flowers as surely, as clearly as...
What are you sniffing?
A scent. It's like perfume.
In the morgue?
Like helotop. The scent should come to me. I cannot even smell garlic. You smell it too?
Yes. It's in the air. It's right here, hanging right round Tony. Professor, we're out of our heads. What's that?
It's a cat. Her cat. Standing there, near Tony.
Well, I'll be... How the dickens did a cat get into the public morgue? Peterson! Peterson!